Welcome to the fourth episode of Swan's Japanese Horror Reviews. Today we're tackling the Takashi Miike J-horror smash hit, One Missed Call. The story of One Missed Call comes off as both slightly cheesy and very terrifying, and we have a lot to thank for Takashi Miike for his great directing skills in this movie. But anyways, the story is that there's a group of teens who keep getting these mysterious phone calls, and when they see that they have a missed call, they go and get the message, and it's their own voice right before their own death. So it's usually them screaming in agony and pain. And when they check to see where the calls are coming from, they notice it's their own phone number. So at first, no one can really explain what's going on, but, you know, as in any horror movie, when you have a group of teenagers, they start dying one by one. So it becomes a race against time to try to figure out where these calls are coming from, how do we stop them, and is there any way to even stop them? Obviously, with a movie about a cell phone call that can kill you, it sounds pretty cheesy, and believe me, it really is. And the beginning of the movie is pretty slow. It takes a while for it to finally grab you and like keep you glued to the screen, but eventually there's some point in the movie for everyone where it does grab you. For me, there's an exorcism ghost TV scene in the film, and from that point on, about halfway through, everything else, like, I could not stop watching this film, and it became very terrifying. So, hats off to Miike and the cast for making this really cheesy story work. The cast did really do a great job pulling this off. There's a lot of believable performances. Longtime Takashi Miike fans will notice that Renji Ishibashi's there. And who can forget the ringtone in this movie of when the mysterious cell phone calls come in? Years after I'd watched this movie, I still remember every note of that ringtone. So the sound department did a great job. It's very creepy. People make their own versions. You can download MP3s for your cell phone or whatever to have it. Pretty cool. So yeah, very memorable. They did a great job. As with what seems to be most Japanese horror films, the ending is kind of confusing and seems to come out of nowhere. This will either, have viewers who enjoy it or not, but I thought it was an interesting ending. I'll just let you discover it for yourself, but definitely watch out for it because it's pretty unexpected. Typical J-horror fans are going to eat this movie up. It's got the supernatural elements and the mystery elements. It's light on gore, especially by Miike standards. Longtime Miike fans might not get as much out of this film if they're expecting another Imprint or Gozu or even Audition, because this one, although it does have some gory and shocking scenes, this is a much more commercial film for Miike. And that's not a bad thing because it works and it just helps him get out there to more people. So, overall it was pretty good. Just don't expect, like, Ichi the Killer in terms of Miike-isms. The DVD was released by Tokyo Shock in the Region 1 market. They did a great job. It's a 2-disc set. It's loaded with extra features. It's got an English dub. It's got interviews with the cast and crew. So it's got a Takashi Miike interview. It's got a making of. It's got TV spots. All in all, great value for your dollar. Tokyo Shock has also released the sequel to this, which was not directed by Takashi Miike. And that's still an okay movie, but not as good. And recently they've released a box set where you can get both two films together. And you can pick that up at Best Buy. I've been seeing that at Best Buys. So yeah, definitely you should search this one out. One Missed Call might seem slightly corny at first, but just watch it and just let it kind of sink in, because eventually it does get under your skin, and you will feel terrified by this film. Like, I can't explain it. It should be really cheesy. A cell phone that kills you. What? But, however, Miike has done a great job. The cast has done a great job. Everyone involved in this has done a great job. Like, they've put together an awesome movie that makes this believable, makes it scary, and by the end of the film, you'll be really satisfied because this is a creepy, spooky, electrifying film, and I think every J-horror fan should watch it. So yeah, thank you for joining me on another episode of Swan's Japanese Horror Reviews. Keep sending in those comments, ratings, please subscribe. If there's any certain Japanese horror film you want to see reviewed, just let me know. So until then, see you next time. A missed call.
No, they're remaking this movie for the American market.